And welcome to the Part-Time Nerd Podcast with me, your host, Alan. And joining me today on this fabulous Saturday morning is one Mr. Rapid Dave. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing great. We watched a cartoon from our childhood, one that I absolutely loved. Would have thought it was on longer than what it was. This is Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. It was from on for 1 year, but they had 3 seasons and 65 episodes with that 1 year. It was on from 89 to 1990. This was played alongside with you watched this, you watched DuckTales, and you watched Tailspin. They were back to back to back. I think this was actually kind of like the meat between. I think you went with DuckTales, and you had Chip 'n Dale, then you had Tailspin. Two of the most known voices on here, you had Peter Cullen, voice of Optimus Prime, and a ton of other things, and Jim Cummings, who was voiced, I think, a character in every cartoon ever made. Um, it's ridiculous the people that he's done. He's done like 4 voices out of Winnie the Pooh. He was Darkwing Duck. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. What are your thoughts on this?
I turned it on, and right when the intro guy was like, "All right, cool," and I actually let it go. I went through like 9 or 10 episodes just to have it on. I was watching it as I was, kind of working or whatever, and then I'd watch it and whatever. And like I said, I went through a ton. I have the intro queued up if you want a little piece of that.
Let's push that button, buddy.
If bring it in. Do you know which one to bring in? I'll do it. I'll handle it.
Okay.
Don't touch anything. All right, there you go.
Slipping through the cracks, but these two gumshoes are picking up the slack. There's no case to be.
Yeah, dude, that's great.
This was also during the time when your intros were so long.
This one's over a minute.
Yeah. And you have a couple times where you think it's done, like, and then they just kick back into it.
Yeah. Yeah, one more time
for you. Oh, it's over, right? Yep. Oh, it actually is that time. All right.
Yeah. No, stop.
We're gonna play it again.
No, when I played it again, remove.
It's funny. So this is from 1989. I was 9 years old.
Yep.
Know this theme song by heart, memorized. That music kicks in, bam! I'm right back in it. I can sing it, all that fun stuff. The missus can send me to the store for one thing, and I get to the store and I'm like, "What was I coming to the store for?" I can't remember. But if someone asked me to sing the Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers theme song, I'm in. I'm all in. I've got it. It's memorized. It's locked in there. The theme song, it starts right off with the theme song, right? It's great from there. You've got Chip 'n Dale, which you don't realize until you're older that they're dressed as Indiana Jones and Magnum PI.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, you're right. You mentioned it earlier. It was sandwiched between Tailspin and oh my god, I went blank on the duck one.
DuckTales.
DuckTales. And I love DuckTales, the NES game as well.
Oh yeah.
But I remember watching these in school. Like, so I'd get out of school and I'd be like in the after school program, but just kind of waiting for your parents to pick you up and stuff like that. And they had it on. And so I watched all 3 of those, and then boom, I was out of there. You know what I mean? But I got to watch it every single day after school.
Yeah, I was close. I was like a block away from school. So I got out of school, and like me and my friends, we would run home so that we can watch them. And then when they were over, we would meet up outside for, now it was time to go play, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely love it. You've got Gadget, Chip, Dale, Monterey Jack, Zipper. You've got the will they, won't they of Gadget and Chip, but Dale kind of sneaks in every once in a while. The absurd addiction that Monterey Jack has with cheese.
Yeah, he loves cheese. Oh my god!
And he can't do anything if he smells cheese. Like, once he smells cheese, he's just worthless. Like, it's just it's so fun, and the music with this one, like the music picks up when you get into the action things, and it's the the action's driven by the music and all of that, and it's just fun. It's just good wholesome fun that still holds up to this day. Like some of these cartoons we've watched and we're just like, "Oh, this just isn't good now." Like, but this one, it still does.
Yeah, like I
And
said, I left it on long enough to I caught like 9 or 10 episodes,
mhm,
and I just let it go. And I remember, and so as you're picking up pieces of it, sitting down. I've watched at least, I think, 4 or 5 solid ones where I didn't move.
right.
But the other ones I was just like, I got to get stuff done. But I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, it's exactly how I remember it. And and they weren't like, oh my God, this is so dumb. I sat there and watched it. I was like, hey, all right, here we go. And
Yeah.
but it was crazy. It was fun.
And you're in. Now, did you know we're getting a live action film for Chippendale Rescue Rangers?
Oh, I thought you were just gonna leave it at Chippendales. I'm like, yeah, you can go see
No,
that
no.
show anytime you want. I think when you're in Vegas.
Yeah, we're getting a live action version. It's gonna be coming out on Disney Plus.
Okay,
And you got John Mulaney playing Chip and Andy Samberg playing Dale.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely in.
yeah, 100%,
John
100%.
Mulaney's hilarious, and so is Andy Samberg. So they'll be great.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. But yeah, that's gonna be coming out on Disney Plus here in the next year or two. There's been some delays in the filming of that because I know John Mulaney's gone through some addiction stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so that's all been delayed. But I'm all 100% in when that comes out, and we'll definitely be on here reviewing it. But this was just I absolutely loved it. So far, of everything that we've watched, so this will be our third Saturday morning. We've done the GI Joe. We did no, we've done four because we did Recess, GI
Mhm.
Joe, and then what did we do last week? I'm drawing a blank.
I don't remember either. My memory sucks.
But I know the Chippendale Rescue Ranger song from when I was 9,
Yeah.
right?
Wasn't the
God,
Jetson? No, it wasn't Garfield. It was Ghostbusters, the real
Ghostbusters,
Ghostbusters.
the real Ghostbusters. This right here is been my favorite one so far, with Recess at a close second for
There
me.
you go. I can
But
respect
this
that.
was solid,
Yeah.
solid.
Get in there and tell us, what y'all think of it now as an adult, and then what you thought about it as a child as well, and then tell us what your favorite one was, because I'd love
Yeah,
to know. Because everyone is obviously different. Like I remember the Jetsons being great. There's so many Snorks. When I pulled up that
right.
list, and looked at it, I go, oh my God, I forgot about half of these. I mean,
I
everybody loved the Smurfs. Everybody loved, the dinosaur. What the hell's the dinosaur? Barney and
You talking
the
about Barney? I mean, then there
Flintstones.
was Denver the Last Dinosaur. Um, there's just there's so many great ones. TJ's been on me about Brave Star.
He just
Uh,
won't shut up about that.
The Silverhawks was another good one. The old original Voltron was awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, there's so many. If there's any cartoons that you want us to go back and visit, guys, shoot us an email, parttimenerdpodcast@gmail.com. Leave it in the comments. Let us know because we're going to be doing this every Saturday, and there's a plethora of cartoons for us to go back and check out.
Mhm.
We might even, with some, because you had DuckTales, and then they redid DuckTales a few years ago. So we might be doing a little bit of comparison, checking them out. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, I've watched the new DuckTales. It's not bad. It's not
It can't
bad.
be that bad, right? I mean,
No,
it's
no.
still the same premise. They're gonna be getting into some antics and whatnot.
Some shenanigans happen, and they go on adventures, and it's a good time.
Mhm.
But you got anything else on this one?
That's great. Sit down and watch it.
Yeah, enjoy it. Until next time, guys. Thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe, follow, comment. Anything you want us to check out, part-time nerd podcast at gmail